Is your skin feeling dull and flat like it needs some plumping? Well, I've got the device for you. I've never seen plumping like this in my 20-year career. Stay tuned. Hi, all. Christine Byer here, licensed master esthetician for, gosh, it's almost 20 years now. And I am so excited because it's rare that I find a jewel. I call them diamonds. This is a diamond in the skincare industry, and you're looking at it going, what the hell is that? That doesn't look like anything special. And I have to tell you, it really grew on me. I did not know what to expect. This is called the Time Master Pro. This is ultrasound, right? And ultrasound came out, I mean, it's been around forever, and I had a Pro machine, and I was just kind of like, meh. I would use it when I needed to slim people down, right? Slim down necks and that kind of stuff. And then I started doing all the facial contouring massage, and I kind of just retired that machine because I was really kind of like not impressed. And so people kept talking about this Time Master Pro, other estheticians on the AOMed group, and I actually sell them as well if you're an esthetician looking for one. But all the estheticians on this group were talking about this. So I was like, what are they talking about? And so I got one, and oh my God, it's like, I can't even believe how much this thing plumps. And the story with this is that it sends out sound waves, because it's ultrasound. It's also LED, but it sends out sound waves to the tune of 90,000 waves per second. Now, if you look at some of the Pro, like the DermaSound, it is like the creme de la creme machine for estheticians. It's a really amazing machine. The before and afters blow your mind. Think of something 3 times stronger than that. And you're like, so I started using it, and I was like, I don't know. It comes in this little beige box, and it says Time Master Pro on it, and then a bunch of Korean. And mine had no instructions in it whatsoever. And I was like, huh, okay. I imagine because they're all in Korean. And when I went and tried to do a lot of research on this, to the 90,000 waves per second, there isn't, because they don't go that fast. As a matter of fact, the DermaSound is it's a unit. And look, this is a rechargeable unit that the Koreans somehow stuck 90,000 waves in here per second. And it's just mind-blowing. And so what this does is it plumps. It plumps like nobody's business. I have used products and other devices and massage and fibroblast and even microneedling. It feels like this plumps more than microneedling, which I did not think was possible. And for those of you who just don't like needles and don't look forward to doing a microneedling session like me, I really was upset about having to do my hands with microneedling, because you have to do at least 3 treatments and you gotta wait to blah blah blah. Not with this. I felt like it started to thicken up the back of my hands, which were just like paper thin lately. Within 2 weeks, I noticed a thickening of the skin on the back of my hands. Now, I wish I could put the fat padding back there, but that's not going to happen. But the back of my hands are thicker, and I did notice that they're becoming brighter as well. So the interesting thing about ultrasound is it can be used on anybody, which is wonderful. If you are super sensitive, this is your gal. This is your device, right? If you're super sensitive, no problem. You may remain a little bit flushed for, I don't know, my own face can remain flushed for a few hours after a treatment, but it's good for everybody. And how this works is, oh, I hate this music. Okay, Google, stop. Don't ever tell Google to play spa music. They just don't get it. Anyway, how this works is it creates these waves that they're like concentrated, and then they're kind of far apart, and they're concentrated, kind of far apart. So it's kind of like this gentle push, right? And so it helps penetrate product up to 4,000 times better than using your hands alone. It increases cell-to-cell communication so that the cells become healthier. It actually activates fibroblast activity. This has so much power to it, but it's low power, but it's high waves per second. It's the same frequency as a laser, but because the power is low, you don't get burned. Now the tissue does heat a little bit, but this is nothing like HIFU. It's nothing like Ultherapy. This is not that. You will not lose fat with this device. As you can tell, I've been using it, and you will not lose any fat with this device. It is purely for plumping the skin, refining the pores. It helps brighten pigmentation. It actually breaks down the excess pigmentation that sort of gets blocked and stuck, and helps the lymph system sweep it away. For as normal as this thing looks, it really packs a punch. And I don't get excited about like everything, but there are some things I get really excited about in this. Because if you think about it, I have been meaning to put Scopla back on. I did something really stupid. Before we went on our Dominican Republic vacation, I put 3 Scopla masks on over like 2 weeks, because you can do them as fast as every 4 days, the professional one that I do here. And then, fearful that I would look like a white whale next to my black Trinidadian husband and my mocha colored daughter, I took a mitt and put on self-tanner all over my face. So I basically rubbed off 3 applications of the Scopla mask. I was ticked. So a week went by and I'm like, not getting the plumping, what's going on? And then 2 weeks went by and I was like, oh no. I've actually written articles about don't use washcloths the first 3 days. It's just the first 3 days after that mask is put on, because it takes 3 days to dry. And I broke the cardinal rule. So I don't have that on my face, although I have been using this to penetrate my cavity. So I feel like that works like gangbusters. I've been using it on my hands. You can use this sucker anywhere on your body, and that's what I love about it. Be careful with the thyroid, but you can use it anywhere in your body. So it's like the first thing I did with my hands, and it really does activate fibroblast activity. It really does it way better than ultrasounds that I have used in the past. And I was talking to Lydia Kang, and she is the gal who searches for these things and deals with other estheticians. She's Korean. She deals with estheticians in South Korea and finds these jewels. And so, okay, well, backing up, I get this thing and I'm like, what? It has no instructions. It's just a box. I mean, the box was nice. It was very sturdy. It comes with a charger. You charge it for 30 minutes before you start using it. And I was like, okay, what's this? And it has a pretty bright LEDs. It's got 4 different LEDs, which for me, that's kind of icing on the cake. And I love flashing LED. I feel like the skin actually absorbs more. They both work. Continuous flow and flashing both work, but the skin absorbs more when it's pulsed like this. And I love that. But even though it is a very bright LED, I don't feel like that is the magic behind this. The magic behind this puppy. And so it's like blue, green, red, all flashing, all on. I feel like the magic in this puppy is the ultrasound. And there's just 4 levels, and I always use it on the first level and I'm fine. And then the 5th time it turns it off. So yeah, it was like one of those total sleeper things. You're looking at it, you're like, meh, I don't know. But, and so the first couple times I used it, I didn't have any Scopla on my face. I was just pushing it in the cavity, so I guess I did have some of the polylactic in my follicles. But I started using this morning and night, and I don't use it for 10 minutes a day. I don't think overuse of this machine is good. It's kind of like overuse of LED. You can get the skin uglies. Now, that did not happen to me, but I would not overuse this because it is so powerful. You can either divide it up to about 2 to 3 minutes a day, or you can do it twice a week for 10 minutes. That is another magical thing about this. Twice a week for 10 minutes. What the, a microcurrent session is at least 20 minutes. So anyway, I'm gaga over this because it's so fast, it's so simple. And for the amount of fibroblast activity this generates, meaning the amount of collagen this starts kicking out after a couple weeks, I'm like, this is genius. This is of course Korean and it's genius. So a lot of people are asking, do I still need microcurrent if I have this device? I feel like even though this has an EMS pull, like you will feel your muscles, it almost feels It's a tiny bit of an electric feeling, but you always have to use it with gel, conductive gel. Don't use it dry. You'll blow the machine up, or it will just grind itself out. So you always need to use a gel with this, and you can do it just a few minutes. You can do it with your cavity. You can do it 10 minutes twice a week. But I also feel like even though the skin looks amazing right after, it's like max plumping. Like all my clients, they look in the mirror afterwards and they're like, whoa. I mean, it's kind of shocking how much plumping happens with this thing, and then it slowly goes down. But then after a few weeks, a lot of it stays. That's what I noticed. It took a few weeks and it just stayed. And I gotta tell you guys, I have been trying to make this video for a while, but I have felt like total crap. I had a wisdom tooth taken out like almost 4 weeks ago now, and I ended up getting dry socket, and it is so freaking painful that you can't even think. And apparently, just so you all know, people who are fair, I have Welsh background, Welsh and Polish, people who are fair are more prone to dry socket, because I'm like, I followed all the aftercare instructions. I was perfect. And I still got it. And they told me, well, you know, you have that fair skin type, and some people are just more prone to it. So yeah, I have not felt like doing a video, and I'm like, but I have felt like doing this one. And finally today I'm like, I'm gonna get a cup of coffee and I'm doing this video on this thing, because my clients are freaking out. Everybody is loving this thing. I just have not seen anything like it. And I always put it out there. My intention is to find these crazy diamonds for people, these crazy jewels, these total finds, right? That from anywhere in the world, I don't care where they're from, but they just have to really work. They have to blow my mind. And I have been doing this for 20 years. So it takes a lot to blow my mind. And I gotta tell you, it grew on me. I was just like, I don't know, and no instructions and all that. Now we send it out with instructions, and I'm gonna do more videos on this, before and afters. But it was just so funny the way it all happened. So what you need to know is, yes, this does not take the place of microcurrent. And what I was getting ready to say was that this does lift muscles a little, but I can tell in my neck, I can tell the difference between working it with the microcurrent function on this, which is basically when it's on, because it has that extra function all in one. I can tell on my neck that it just looks fatter than when I do, you know, like follow the muscles with microcurrent and do a really specific microcurrent treatment for my neck, because I know my neck's anatomy. It still looks good. It looks wrinkleless. It looks plump like the rest of my face, but it doesn't look as svelte as it does with microcurrent. So no, I wish this could replace microcurrent completely, but it cannot. And I actually did this on a client, and she was plumped beyond reason. I mean, she looked really good. She has a heavy eyelid, so I went ahead and just used 2 minis on the eyes, and we were able to still get more of a lift with the minis. So the minis will lift muscles just better than this can, because this is really more for skin quality and plumping. And lastly, I'll say this. I was sort of meditating on this when I first got it, and I was starting to see results, and I was getting excited, and I was like, out of all the things I use, you know, how does this fit in with everything? And what do the cells feel like when they get this treatment? What happens? And I heard Christmas Day. I was like, yeah, it's like Christmas Day. That is so cool. So if you want Christmas Day for your skin every single day, check this little guy out. It is nuts. And I would say, oh, you know what else this does? It's antimicrobial, so it helps with breakouts. It's just a wonder, all the things that ultrasound does. But I say, for your anti-aging arsenal, for maximum plumpness, this guy is the bomb. And even if you have like 2 minutes before you're going out to a party, you can slather your face with water, just make sure it's nice and wet, and use this guy for 2 minutes, and you're gonna get some really nice plumping that's gonna last for quite a while. So I feel like I've exhausted everything. That's not everything I know about it. It's just a jewel, and I hope that you'll be as happy with it as I am. Thanks for watching.